A couple of weeks ago I was perusing eBay having a look for something, namely this elastic band gun here, when I came across these little fellows as well. The little, what is it? It's a little toothpick crossbow. Look at that. Let's get out and have a look at it, guys. Right, there we go. It's packaging. As you can see, it's mostly in Chinese. And there is the little crossbow itself. Now, as you can see, this is a very nice 1/8 scale reproduction in miniature of an old-fashioned crossbow. I didn't realise it at the time when I actually ordered it, but apparently these things have been extremely popular with school children in China, so much so that the authorities have decided to ban them over there, and they are, have been searching shops and stalls, etc., for these things to stop children from buying them, because obviously it's got quite a bit of strength to the bow here, and it launches these very, very sharp little toothpicks. So you can imagine what damage it could do. Something like this could do to a child's eye. I believe also I read somewhere that Amazon in the US has delisted them from its pages. And basically, I'm wondering how long it will be before these things are actually banned here in the UK. I mean, as you can see, I've got mine, so that's okay. As you know, I like all things shooting. You know, if you can shoot something with something like this, then I'm going to be really interested in it. Like the rubber band gun that I've ordered. I'm looking forward to that coming in, guys. I'll just put up another picture of it for you to take a look at. It looks a really interesting piece of kit, actually. It's supposed to be made of stainless steel, but whether it is or not remains to be seen. If you keep an eye on my Instagram pages, you will see just as soon as I get it in, I will be putting it up there for you guys to take a look at. Now, as we all know, as it's something to do with shooting, whatever it is, toothpicks, pellets, whatever, Safety Sally will be carefully monitoring this review. So let me just state that I do not recommend this for children whatsoever. It is not a children's toy, and I don't believe it should be sold to children either. This is purely for adults, grown-ups. Oh, hang on. That kind of rules me out then, doesn't it? I mean, yeah, I might be grown up physically, but maybe mentally, not so much, guys. But anyway, I do not recommend this for children, and I do not recommend children go searching for these on eBay and purchasing them either. It should be for the likes of us grown-ups, really. It's quite a nice, well-made little thing. In fact, I think we ought to take a close-up look at it, guys. And here it is. Now, I'm going to say it's made from cast zinc alloy. It is quite heavy. You've got a nice spring here for the bow. Is a nice springy bit. We've got some nicely made wire rope here, which is quite nicely crimped at either end. It's quite strong, I think. We've got a little groove for the bolt or toothpick to pop into, and you've got a little support for said bolt or toothpick here. The trigger mechanism, let's have a much closer look at that. I'm going to say is modelled on probably the original setup when they first started making crossbows back in the day, all those hundreds of years ago. We would just basically pull the string back and it drops into it like so, and then when you pull the trigger it pushes it out. I won't discharge it, there we go. Basically it pushes the little wire rope out and launches the little bolt stroke toothpick. Once again, it's got my favourite on here, little Chinese dragon. I do like Chinese dragons, and this is the same on the other side as well. Look, guys, so there's a little bit to help retain the toothpick bolt here, and you can see the little guide groove in the top there. And we have on the front of things the little hole for the bolt to pop through, and there's a little nubbin on the top here which acts as a front sight. There's no rear sight as such, but you've got a little sort of like a front sight going on there. Right, and this thing does actually come fitted with one bowspring here. As you can see, mine's a little bit more bent this side than it is this side, and I think that's whoever fitted it at the factory was a little bit heavy-handed when they fitted this string. The draw weight on the single spring isn't that bad actually till you get it back here. So you are going to need a little bit of a strength to activate it. I'm sure a child could probably find a way of doing it, but again, I don't think these should be sold to children at all, guys. You do get a second bow spring with it too, and I have actually seen pictures of these things fitted with both of these, so I'd imagine it makes it quite powerful with both of them fitted. But it's not a bad made little thing actually. I think I paid what, £6 or £7 for it, and it took a couple of weeks to get here from China. As I say, if you wanted one, you're probably going to have to be quick, because once the nanny state authorities find out about these, they will no doubt be banned. Accessories included are this nice little stand to display it on. You get a little screwdriver for maintenance, and to fit the new spring. As I say, you get this new bow spring here, and we get a little pack of bamboo toothpicks as well, guys. Right, let's take a look how we load this thing, shall we? So basically you have to pull the string back like so and drop it into that little notch there, and then we simply load in a toothpick. I mean, I've seen people loading these in from the front. It's probably not a very good idea. Put it back to there just in case it went off. It would probably stick in your finger quite well actually. Right, let's have a go at shooting this across the studio, shall we? Now then, Mrs. Rathbone will be supervising us during our shooting sessions.
Don't forget your safety glasses.
Ah, yes, thank you then, Mrs. Rathbone. Put those on myself. And there we go, guys. Okay, so as you can see, we've got a toothpick loaded in. Let's launch it across at the door over there, shall we, guys? And it pings around the room quite nicely. Okay then, guys, so as it's a really nice day here where I live today, let's take this little miniature crossbow outside, actually outside, and do some shooting with it. Not in my garage, but we'll do some shooting outside today. Alright then, guys, so here we are out in the garden at Rathbone Manor. Let's not forget to put on our eye pro. We'll go ahead and charge the little crossbow. Like so, very carefully. Now we'll give it a shot up the garden, see how well it goes up the garden, shall we? Right in the top of the hedge up there, guys. I don't know if you can see that, but it is actually in the top of the hedge up there. There it is, guys, right there. Now then, as you can see, Mrs. Rathbone's got some washing on the line. Let's take a shot at that, shall we? Yep, got it. Right, can we ring my little target down there, my little steel target? Let's have a look. Yep, we can. Wonder if we can knock down that tin down there. Just over the top of it. Yep, we got it. Try it again. What do you suppose it'll do to cardboard, guys? It made a little hole in it, but it bounced straight out. Well, that one definitely stuck in. The little toothpick fell out. What's going on at the tree up there? Some fight going on by the sounds of it. Try it again. Yep. Right there is where the first round went in and bounced out. And here are the other two, guys. Right, so this time I've filled the can up with water and we'll give that a go. And at much closer range too. Wow, go for a second shot. In the same hole, can you believe it? Can we get a third round in that same hole again? Nope, We dislodged the other two, and there's some water running out of it now, guys. Right then, so what do you suppose would happen if we was to modify one of these little panel pins here to actually shoot out of the crossbow? Well, for a start, we're going to have to file this head off of here, like so. Still got the point at the other end though. Okay, so I've got the little nail loaded in. Give it a go. And I think it's actually ended up inside the tin can, guys. Let's let the water drain out and we'll have a look. Yep, definitely ended up inside then. In fact, you can see the hole here where it went in. There it is. So, not that I'm recommending it, guys, but loading a modified panel pin or nail into this is not recommended, but it's good fun. Let's try it with the cardboard again. Wow, look at that. And it looks very much like it went in backwards as well, guys. Tell you what, let's give my little steel target a go, shall we? Yeah. Now obviously the Nanny State and Safety Sally are not going to be happy about this at all, loading nails into the little toothpick crossbow. So you know, I don't recommend doing this at home, guys. Alrighty guys, so that was fairly impressive then, wasn't it? So, would I say that this is a children's toy? No, I most certainly would not, and I say that quite emphatically too, guys. It could be very dangerous in the hands of a child because they probably wouldn't understand what they were doing with it, and you can see it could quite easily have somebody's eye out, and that's only using a single bowstring here. No doubt if I was to attach both springs to it, it would become even more powerful. You get this screwdriver for maintenance and putting the spring on, taking the spring off, whatever, and you get a pack of toothpicks with it as well, and this nice little stand to display it with too, guys. Okay then, so no doubt, as I say, the Nanny State have been watching this, monitoring this very closely. I do not recommend it for children, and having seen this, no doubt Safety Sally will be taking steps to ban these from sale in this country right now as we're speaking, guys. So if you want one, I suggest you get in there really quickly and order one, because undoubtedly they won't be available shortly. As I say, I believe they've been delisted from sale on Amazon US, and no doubt that will happen on eBay over here fairly shortly as well. As I say, especially after they've watched what I can do with it. Not safe for children at all. Alright, okay then guys, I hope you enjoyed my review of the little teeny toothpick crossbow, something I really like, because I like shooting stuff, as you know. Years ago I had a Lone Star Gambler pistol. Here's some pictures of it, and the idea was you were supposed to take the cartridge out of the cylinder, push it into a potato and put a cap on the back, and it would shoot a little bit of potato. But obviously, me being me, and this is sort of like in the mid to late 70s, early 80s, because I bought a second one sometime in the early 80s, I then decided to try some tin foil in the front of the cartridge and then two caps on the back of the little cartridge and firing that, and it would shoot tin foil right across my parents' kitchen at their old house there and whack into the towel quite nicely, thank you. And then probably a little later on in the 80s I managed to find a little bit of tubing, a little small mild steel tubing that would fit in there quite nicely, and jammed a little small nut in the back of it which approximated the standard cartridge you get with it, and I found then I could put a cap on the back, about half a dozen caps or so inside this new cartridge, and then I could put a .22 caliber air rifle pellet in the front of the cartridge, and the little gun would handle that quite well. I am on yeah, a bit dangerous, I know, guys, but this is back in the 80s, and I just wish we had this sort of equipment and YouTube, and I could have shown you what I was getting up to. Oops, let's kick the table. I am on the lookout for another Lone Star Gambler pistol. If I can find one for a reasonable price, I will purchase it, and then we can have a look what I used to get up to years ago with it. And don't forget, guys, if you enjoyed my review of the little Toothpick Crossbow, please feel free to subscribe to my channel. You can click like if you enjoyed it too, and you can share it with your friends, because you know they might be interested in it too, guys. There's also my Instagram feed. You can follow me on there too, see what I'm getting up to. You'll have probably already seen pictures of this if you follow me on Instagram. There's my Google Plus. You can support the channel either by purchasing from GearBest, or you can subscribe to my Patreon page too, guys. That all helps. I've got a couple of guys down there helping me on Patreon already. Thank you very much for that, for your support. Any support for the channel you can give is most welcome, guys, but certainly consider purchasing from GearBest. Anything you buy from there, anything you like, I get a small commission for, and I play it straight back into the channel, buying interesting kit like this. Alright then, guys, let's wrap this up then. So what do I think? Too dangerous for children, obviously. The nanny state in this country won't be liking this thing at all, and they'll be taking steps to ban it. I'm sure as we're as you're watching this, they'll be taking steps to ban it right away. But I like it. I like shooting stuff, and I've liked shooting stuff for a long time. In fact, I remember when I was at school, I made myself a little wooden crossbow, quite a largish thing, probably about 1.5 feet long, I guess. I used a stick for here and some elastic, and the elastic was held in place by a peg at the back here, and I used to launch little short bits of branch with it. I didn't realise back then how crossbows actually locked back in those days, but I know now, so if I was making one now I could do a lot better job of it, guys. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching me playing around with this little toy here. I've enjoyed it immensely, and I hope you guys will come back again and see what other little things I'm up to, because I'm sure there'll be something I'm getting up to shortly, guys. Anyway, so thanks for popping over, and I'll see you again sometime in the near future then. Laters!